We also have with us Ms. Shobha Mohan. She is the founder of Rare India. She has joined us as keynote speaker today. And we have eminent speakers, Mr. Payush Kapoor. He is the General Secretary of Amritsar Hotel and Restaurant Association. We also have with us Mr. Satish Arora. He is the President of Hotel, Restaurant and Resorts Association of Punjab. And in the panelists, we also have Mr. Manmeet Singh. He is the Chairman of Indian Association of Tour Operators, Punjab at TOI, Northern India. Thank you so much for joining us. We also have panel of our MSME, members, who have done innovations in the COVID times, and the products, they are very beneficial for the healthcare sector. So we'll initiate and start our proceedings. I request Mr. Harkirat Singh, our chairman, for his welcome address. Harkirat sir, can you hear us?
Some network issue, I suppose.
Yeah, maybe some network issue. But he was here all this time.
Ramnik, we can start off maybe when the signal problem is resolved, Hakir can join.
Yeah, sure. I was also thinking the same because I'm unable to connect with him.
Okay, he had shared that he is at some distance where signal problem is there.
Yeah. So we'll proceed further, and we welcome Ms. Shobha Mohan. She has over 20 years of experience in travel industry, and she's working in various capacities as itinerary writer to operations, sales and marketing in timeshare company, to conference marketing, to inbound travel, domestic and experiential travel, till she found her mojo, pioneering boutique hotel brands under Rare India. And she's promoting the largest curated collection of owners run lodges, retreats, palace hotels, and glam camps. So I invite Shobha ma'am. She also is on the board of several associations like Responsible Tourism Society of India, and she's a member of Indian chapter of Site of IOTA, and she is also ambassador of TTC, an international association promoting experiential and transformational travel. So I invite Shobha ma'am for her keynote address.
Thank you, Ramneet. Thank you everyone for listening in. A very good afternoon to all of you. I wish my friend Harkirat would be there because he's one of the hotels that we market. And in fact, one of the first hotels that we took on to promote in Punjab. On that topic, I'd like to tell you that the opportunities that tourism provides, Harkirat is there. Just give me a second. Let me let him join in. And
Yeah, he has joined now.
yeah, he's just joined in. So yeah, so on that note, let me talk about the opportunities that tourism provides. Of course, Punjab is not new to tourism, given the fact that you have, the Golden Temple in Amritsar, which is, I think, among India's topmost photographed and visited religious places. Um, the potential of Punjab beyond the religious site of Taran Taran and Anandpur Sahib, and also Amritsar has not been explored to its potential, I think. And the minute Harkirat started with his farm tourism, there was so much interest and there was so much attention given, that he got simply because he was actually pandering to a nostalgia that people across India, both from southern parts and eastern parts, who are very familiar with the mustard fields of Punjab and the robust cuisine of Punjab and the hearty and very inclusive culture of Punjab, was so familiar to them. Thanks even before all this soap operas came currently. Through old television serials like, I remember Tamas and Bunyad. And these are very, very typical of what Punjab meant to us. I remember one serial called Ghar Jamai, and in the south, that picture of sarson ke khet, and then all of this promoted very widely by Bollywood tourism, kind of became an aspirational travel, a travel aspiration for a lot of people from around the country. I'm not going to talk too much about inbound tourism because with the pandemic, the last 1 year, the last 12 months was all about dipping into what India and Indians can be where our domestic travel is concerned, and how there are still so many parts of India who haven't seen the beauty of most of India. So we'll stick to domestic tourism and the opportunities that arise from travel opportunities, experiential travel, each one of them. Especially if they are owner-led, just like Harkirat Singh's Firdaus by Citrus County is. It has a unique character and it has a very personal flavor that, in these times, in the times of pandemic, has been extremely successful, simply for the fact that you are actually going into someone's home, and your comfort levels when you're going into people's homes as either it's a hospitality project or it's just a homestay, your comfort levels are very, very high. And I think that is one big opportunity for Punjab. Consider the fact that you are within close driving distances from one of your biggest feeder markets, which is Delhi, is another great opportunity for all of you. That said, I think the change in the dynamics of travel now, with a huge hankering after safety and hygiene, also has given rise to a lot of opportunities for people to be working closely on the services, on the services, and also on certifications, on services, on products that can actually help tourism and hospitality achieve this, to achieve a sense of security, hospitality, at the same time, by keeping the hygiene levels very, very high. While I talk about safety and hygiene, there are so many products that are going to be talked about just now. I just wanted to tell you, while you're looking at this as an opportunity for coming up with ideas, there are a couple of service opportunities where safety and hygiene are concerned. Where safety is concerned, insurance is a sector not everybody is talking about. So that is for those of you listening in and who are bitten by the entrepreneurial bug, you might want to consider insurance, travel insurance that looks into pandemic situations, that looks into situations where there is, when there is a widespread scare for pandemic. There are opportunities in that field for you all to delve upon. The other thing I wanted to talk about where safety and hygiene is concerned, of course, there is a lot of new products that have been coming up. I think I've lost count of the number of organizations or companies that are into hand sanitizer, or the ones that are actually help you clean up your luggage, UV lighting and all of that. I've lost count of that. I'd also like to tell you that while you are looking into safety and hygiene protocols and safety and hygiene products, please remember travel and hospitality is also inherently a high carbon footprint, is a high carbon footprint service industry. Which is why, given the pandemic, there's been an increased stress for organizations and for companies and for services that are working towards slightly better ways of managing travel, keeping the carbon footprints minimal, looking at travel as a means of learning and mindful travel, looking at travel as a means of transformations, looking at travel as a means of engaging with the local community, and using travel and hospitality as a means of driving change and economic development for wherever they're going. So that aspect of travel also need to be taken into consideration. Apart from the products that you are trying to build, try and build services. I mean, I was recently in an interview with this lovely organization called Last Wilderness Foundation. So they are not into mainstream hospitality, but they are into curating and creating experiences. So while you have large hotels and hospitality products, and of course, where all your sanitizers and things like that, sanitizers, masks and everything can be taken into consideration, there is also a certain service element to this that can be taken up by people who don't want to be in the epicenter or right in the center of a hospitality industry or a hotel, for instance. The other thing I'd like to be, not about, this is not about caution. It's also about, putting up, good signages, especially in areas like Hola Mohalla or the Golden Temple, where pilgrimage visits, visiting pilgrims are a lot of people. And in India, generally, people are taken over with a lot of emotion when they go to religious places, where they probably think the Lord Almighty will probably protect them against, the pandemic or something like that, but which is not true. And that is another area where, adequate signages, adequate messaging, constantly asking people to maintain distance, to do that, and to keep their masks on, to help them keep their hands and feet clean and help them sanitize themselves. I think that is also another opportunity I'd like to let you know. The most important thing when you're trying to devise products for safety and hygiene is to create more and more products that are very light on planet Earth. So this throwaway, use and throw economy has to be set aside, and try and look at more and more products that can be used and reused. For instance, a lot of our hotels, RARE promotes about 100 offbeat hotels across the country, India, Nepal, and Sri Lanka as well. There's a lot of stress on, instead of using chemical sanitizers and instead of using chemical solutions for cleaning up and hygiene, they insist on like steam, which is been known to be a very, very effective way to sanitize surfaces, to sanitize even upholstery and things like that. So I'd like to urge people who are looking at various products to start whenever you're looking at coming up with a product and you know it is going to be addressing a mass and it's going to be addressing tourism, please account for numbers. Please also account for the fact that while you want to keep yourself and the travelers away from the virus, you definitely don't want to bomb the planet and create so much pollution that in any case we don't have an earth to fight for. So these are a couple of points I had. And the other thing I was also thinking where because of the pandemic and of the opportunities that pandemic has thrown up, people's attitude towards natural environments have increased, because we believe that if we heal nature, it is automatically a drive towards healing ourselves. So retreats, going to open spaces, places where there are less of crowds, places which keep you close to the wilderness, keep you close to bird life, which also allows children to walk around, run around, adults to cycle, walk, hike, and trek. All of this that contribute to personal health and well-being is also a great is a big takeaway due to the pandemic. And yeah, on those words, I'd like to tell you that this is tourism is a big land of opportunities. After all, it contributes to over 10%, 10% of all the job of the entire job market in India. It is also something that it can be done wherever you are. You don't really need to move into urban areas to have a tourism project going. So it also gives opportunities to people in villages. Rural stays, farm stays have become very, very popular, especially in the pandemic. It's become a very big selling point. Just to tell people, you come to a 100-acre farm, there are only 6 tents, and there is only the family and the dogs that your children can play with. It's been a big draw. So I think, Harkirat, am I missing something? I think that's the that's all I have to say, and I hope that's a big starting point for people who are discussing products for tourism.
Harkirat sir, you would like to add?
It's still, yeah.
So you can, so you can unmute and say.
Okay. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Thank you, Shobha, for this very encouraging and informative 10 minutes. And, it's given a lot of change to everyone's attitude and, how we should look at things, because your description has been, which we never thought about, that it could be this way as well. And I must tell you about Shobha, that Shobha runs this, she owns this company and called Rare India, which is the #1 company which promotes smaller properties and boutique properties. And she's the one who takes it to the world and tells them that there is something beyond hotels, which you must come and see. And she has been very successful in this, and not just in India, but also she has been promoting properties in Nepal and Bhutan. And very upmarket properties where you get a chance to stay with the owners and also experience the local cuisine and the local environment, and also all the hotels which she promotes are very careful of the environment, how to protect the environment. And this is one of her main criterias to take over a hotel. So thank you so much, Shobha, for taking our time for giving us this information. And secondly, as a farm stay owner, I must say that this pandemic has changed a lot of things for the hospitality industry. And for rural India, it's got some good news that, as Shobha had already shared, that a lot of people want to come and stay with smaller properties where there is a limitation of the number of people, and they have more open spaces, and where they feel safe. But at the same time, the rural property owners also must realize, and I'm sure a lot of them have realized that it's an opportunity for them to also enhance and upgrade their quality of operations and their quality of service. And mostly people have been able to do it, and the clients have appreciated it. And it has changed the whole way people are looking at traveling, because a lot of traveling is done by roads now. So in fact, I also requested the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, that why don't they start a campaign which says drive and see rural India through the road. They should do a drive-in holiday, and picking up now. And but one thing, I was in Goa about 2 weeks back, and I was surprised to see that the mask didn't exist there. And it was like, in the flight, it looked like the local bus, but in 5 minutes, I think all the the scare was over, and everyone started feeling comfortable with each other. And but we have to, with the second wave coming in, we all have to be very careful, especially the hotel owners, where like, I'll give you my example. At my place, we are a 6-bedroom property, a new property, which is Firdaus. It's like a self-service now, where people check in, and it's a self check-in, and also the luggage is brought back into the rooms by the guests. And then first there used to be a trend that people used to be hanging around, and there were people serving. I mean, I was never in favor of that kind of a concept where people used to serve other people. Well, self-service is the best way to service. So now it has changed. People have started, like, for example, we keep the food and the snacks, and they serve it on their own. And no one is minding it, or no one is, saying that, people should serve. That's gone. And also people are careful, and as well as the staff is careful. So I think that's a good trend. And Punjab has a very big opportunity to really do very well in tourism. It has a very good story, which is ready to go. And I feel PSG Chamber also they're playing a very important role. The kind of inputs they've given to the government are very good. And I hope the government takes a little bit of attention to that. And rest, I think it should be a good season for everyone. And I hope this pandemic really should go down by another 6 months. And the coming winter should be also encouraging for inbound guests coming into India. I hope it happens. And thank you, everyone. And over to Ramneet. And I thank Shobha once again for taking out time.
Thank you, Harkirat. It was a pleasure. Thank you so much. I also wanted to add that, one of what Harkirat said, that is, we do promote offbeat hotels, but the hero of that offbeat hotel is not the hotel, it's the destination. So, or like, for instance, Hoshiarpur and around Hoshiarpur, we kind of made Hola Mohalla very popular. It's, thanks to Harkirat, Hola Mohalla became a destination in itself. And thereafter, of course, Hoshiarpur is again an oft-visited site. But we actually, so look out for things like that. Look out for very, very cultural, or craft-oriented, textile-oriented, something that can really capture and define the destination for you would probably work very well. Thank
you. In fact, I'm praying that this year the government cancels the Hola Mohalla. Otherwise, it's going to be the super spreader. I'm telling you. Our first of COVID in Punjab came through last year's Hola Mohalla. So they just just cancel it. I don't know how they're going to do it because it's a big political decision,
Decision, yeah.
but I hope they do it. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, sir, for your views, and thank you so much, Shobha ma'am, for your enriching views. And moving further, I would like to invite Mr. Piyush Kapoor. He is the General Secretary of Amritsar Hotel and Restaurant Association. I invite you, sir, for your address. So you need to unmute.
Yeah, hi, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this session organized by PhD Chambers. Thankful to the Chambers for doing this on a regular basis and taking up the cause of the industry. So as I have been informed by Rimneet that this session is basically to bring together the industry and to promote the MSMEs. And of course, the pandemic has changed the industry for good now. Over the years, the conventional practices that were prevalent in the industry, many of them don't hold good now. And the new normal has come into place whereby, yes, of course, there is this issue that the costs have gone up for the hotels considerably in terms of sanitization. Yes, sanitization was there earlier as well, but now the level of sanitization and the cleanliness and the hygiene factors that need to be maintained, that cost has gone up significantly for us. And this is, of course, something that is very essential in today's date because in general, not only do you have the norms from the government to follow, but otherwise the clients also are looking forward to patronizing properties which are actually following these norms. So henceforth, this effort of promoting the MSMEs whereby they can provide us with a low-cost solution for things like masks and foot-operated pumps and sanitizers and more towards the organic and herbal sanitizers is a very good move. And I'm sure that after getting a brief from all our MSME partners who are here, we, the hoteliers, definitely will try and buy from source. That is what I have been trying to advertise within the city in Amritsar and my association as well, that this session might prove to be actually very beneficial for all of us. So not taking too much of time because the MSMEs need to give the representation in terms of their products, which I am actually looking forward to. Thank you so much for inviting and giving us this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your very brief and very crisp address. Now, moving further, I invite Mr. Satish Arora. He is the President of Hotel, Restaurant and Resorts Association of Punjab. Over to you, sir. Satish, sir, can you hear us? Moving further, I request Mr. Manmeet Singh. He is the chairman of Indian Association of Tour Operators. I request you, sir, for your address. Meanwhile, we also have with us Mr. Satish Arora on screen now. So, Mr. Satish, you would like to address?
Satishi, you need to unmute yourself. Satishi, you need to unmute yourself.
I think his screen appears frozen.
If you can put off his video, if you can put off his video, then audio would be, clear.
Some connection issues today. Satish sir, can you hear us? In the meantime, I request you to kindly share your views, Manmeet sir.
Thank you, Ramiji, for putting up, this great session, and thanks to all my co-speakers for putting in, the valuable remarks and words. As an travel industry and hospitality industry representative chairing the associations for Northern India, we have many concerns as far as COVID is concerned. We saw a desperate change in many of the things which were not being normally done in the physical mode. The virtualization has come in, change in the customer behavior is there, trends have been very fluid, customer enlightenment has been more because of the thanks to all the great virtual sessions which have been happening. Decrease in buying is there, disrupt in production and in shortage, like many of the airlines have gone down because of the lockdowns. So also the hotel and the other industries are affected. The technological development has come in, which has its own pros and cons benefits also. There is a loss of revenue, customers' loyalties is in tenure. Prior, barriers to the market has been decreased. Online buying has been increased. The benefit is that we need to tell and inform people that, we need to have the personal experience and personal touch, because you might see and appreciate a photo, but until unless you don't travel and have a physical contact, you will not be able to, feel the soul of that particular destination. So that is very important. Then the human-centric approach is always supposed to be there. The situation has instigated to improve interpersonal and written communications. People who were not very used to writing things or expressing themselves on social medias or other tech models, they have come up onto tech models. So these are some of the areas which have changed with the COVID. Now, what I like to share is from the perspective, because I have been traveling.
So we can't hear you.
Is that you find that the sanitizers are there. Just a second. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah. So the airports are taking all the precautions. Like you find that paperless check-in is available now at the airports. The sanitizers are there. The mask and the PPE kit is available. But then why the airlines provide the PPE kit only for the middle row passengers? Can't the people who are sitting on either of the side be affected? So if the kit is being provided, I think the kit should be provided by the airlines to all the passengers, not only the mask. Then we find that the body scanners are there, infrared thermometers are there, but still when the physical inspection is being done, it is being done by the metal detector, which they touch more than what they were used to do previously. So there should be a methodology or methods which are taken care of with the help of the service providers from the medical side, which obviously they can share with us that what can be done regarding this. The social distancing, as Harkir was also saying, is hardly to the required level when we actually see at the airports. I've been traveling all through to Gujarat, to Mumbai, to various destinations. So sometimes we take it a little bit easy on it. So if there are certain kind of solutions being provided by the healthcare healthcare providers, then obviously it will help us. Railways has given an opportunity that they have partnered with some firm and provided us an opportunity that we can get our baggages from our hotel or from our household to the railway station, and vice versa also. When we reach our destination, the company would leave the baggages from the railway station to our hotel or to our houses. But then how can a person be much assured about the kind of hygiene which is being followed at the railway stations or in the train, especially when we consider the kind of cleanliness being done with the COVID protocols for the laboratories, if we see. Government has said that we are trying to move forward to less of the contact base, and passports would be issued with the chip based. But aren't we increasing the entire cost of everything? The citizens have to pay for the. I have a valid passport for, let's say, 7 years or for 5 years remaining. But if I have to change to that, then I have to pay. We should follow the policies where the government, like the international governments, they take care of the expenses and provide such facilities to their citizens. So that is where we will request the governments to come in and do the hand-holding for us. As far as hotels are concerned, the sanitizers are available very much in all the hotels. But what I have observed is, I'm not saying that it's at large. Every hotel has the reputation and they are very diligently following it. But I'm talking from a macro level, from a larger perspective, because from a lower level to middle level to higher level, people travel, and health is a point of concern for everybody. So what I normally feel is that most hotels do take care of the linen or the beds and other products, but the what we say AC's remote or the remote of a television, many times we feel that they are being neglected and not sanitized, or the electric points, because maybe if they're applying some liquid on it, not the UV rays, as some of the airlines they use those UV rays and do the cleaning at the of the airplane also. But there also I find, if there is a flight which is a very short haul, like there's a flight which is supposed to come from Delhi to Chandigarh and return back after 45 minutes, sometimes the protocol are not followed to that extent. I don't know that the UV rays are again used within that short span, and so some strict steps should be taken regarding that. And coming back to the hotel, not only the remote things, the lift which are normally used, they are not sanitized, and it becomes a little bit difficult also that everybody at every time traveling to the lifts get a sanitized lift buttons. I saw in one of the hotel, and it was a very good thing which I noticed, that they had kept that toothpicks in a pocket there, and so you do not touch it with that toothpick. You press the button and you move it in and out. So certain innovative ideas by the industry, manufacturing industry, if they can come up with for these kind of things. One thing more I remember, that like there are chip cards which when you want to open the door, you use it and you open the door in any of the hotels or places. I basically, when there was lots of COVID, this thing, banks were closed, I had to go to bank to ATM to get the cash. So I used to swipe that card, and because of the precaution measures, I used to spray the sanitizer on that, which were earlier like 60% more more alcohol. Now I know that very soft sanitizers, and the sanitizers which can even sanitize the food products are there, which do not have those kind of side effects. But when I used that, the chip of my card got spoiled. So is the case with the hotel cards also. So if there can be any kind of a measure to be taken, wherein because everybody who is going to check in and check out with those kind of electronic cards will be touching them. So that is one point. Then what I am sharing is from a practical experience. I don't want to go into the technical part of it. When this reopening of hotels and the marriages were opened up, people thronged to those places, and whatever was the norm that 50 persons can attend it or whatever, to one of the and meeting, I went to a 5-star hotel. I'll not obviously name that. And because of COVID, they had gone down on the staff. Obviously, some had left to their own states. Some the management had checked them off. So it was one of the first 7th meeting, I suppose, on a good scale that people attended in that 5-star hotel, and the food got exhausted. They didn't expected that. So till the first lot of food was being served, every protocol was being followed. But as soon as we found that there's a shortage of food, people asking that what is happening, everything went into chaos. All the protocols were being at stake, and the first and foremost motive was because the staff also didn't have that kind of a coordination. They were physically not aware where things are being kept and how to do it. So they went in for just to take care that the entire guests get the food, but the protocols were being taken into hand. So therein also, if a standardized kind of a system is provided, whereas everything can be cleaned and done at the right and first manner, like if the fresh fruits and vegetables are coming into it, those new kind of liquids which have come in, we are thankful to the service providers for this, the MSMEs and other industry partners, wherein they just don't think that we'll keep the vegetable or the fruit there for some time and then serve it to the clients. It is properly cleaned and washed, because sometimes if it is urgently required, you can very well understand that it doesn't get there for 24 hours and then being served. So those are some of the things which I'd like to share with you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir,
thank you.
for your inputs.
Thank you.
Now I request Mr. Satish Arora to kindly share his views. Mr. Satish? If he's not around, then we'll initiate our presentations today. The innovations which we can offer to the healthcare, to the hospitality sector. So the first presentation will have from SBL Specialty Coatings. This is regarding antimicrobial paints. So I invite Mr. Vikesh for the presentation, please. Mr. Vikesh, you can show the full screen. You can press F5.
Yeah, Ramneet ma'am, can you see the presentation?
Yes, we can
PPT? Is it visible?
Yeah, you can press F5 and we can have the full screen view.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yes. Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. SBL Coating, a 100% subsidiary of Berger Paints India Limited, is a specialty industrial coating manufacturer and in the business of supplying coatings since 1994, supplying industrial coatings to a large number of OEMs across the length and breadth of this country. Our strength is a very strong in-house R&D full of dynamic and passionate professionals. We are known to provide customized solutions with the capability of a low turnaround time. At the outburst of COVID, the challenge lay in developing a solution which could meet the problem head-on, or a long-term solution which could meet customers' aesthetic preferences and could help customers keep the unwarranted, unbudgeted COVID-related operational costs like sanitizing, disinfectants in control. For this, the R&D worked overtime. We had to do something real fast. And that is how we came up with Magico antimicrobial coatings. Magico antimicrobial coating is a revolutionary product in the sense that it inhibits the growth of microbes and therefore ensures our safety. And at the same time, a single coating can be applied on a very large variety of substrates, that is plastics, metal, glass,
Your
wood.
presentation is not visible. Your presentation is not visible, sir.
Sir, it is visible. Screen sharing option is visible, sir.
Is the presentation even?
Yeah, they are showing the screen and it is visible.
Let me just check.
You can proceed.
Single coating can be applied on a very large variety of substrates. Like example, a single coating, you can use it on plastics, you can use it on metal, glass, wood, MDF, SS, plated articles, and in a color of your choice. It is most suitable for places where we have a large turnout of people and you tend to touch the surfaces. Now I would request my technical colleague who has been part of this development to share something about the technical aspects of the product.
Hello, good afternoon, everybody, and thanks to my superior colleagues who have just given the chance to for technical aspects. So right now I'm just going to continue it. Before going to start here, first of all, I would like to elaborate a little bit because as we all are aware that pathogens are created through all human resources, and there are two types of things like the cellular and acellular. So according to this, we have distinguished all these things. So on the basis of this, we have developed a product which is based on a nano silver technology. This is the technology of this product, and on the basis of this, we have developed a product which is silver and technology based product. As we know, all of us that all over the premises where there would be a hospital, there would be a school, there will be a ATM machine, there will be all kind of thing where as my senior colleague has already elaborated that this product is like such kind of product where we can apply anywhere apart from the starting from MS, stainless steel, wood, any kind of substrate which is available in the market. So it is easily.
Mr. Vijesh, you have stopped sharing screen.
No.
Now it is not visible. Have you stopped sharing?
No, madam, just a second.
Yes, now it is visible. You can press F5.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So as we all know is that for the protection from the antimicrobials, there is a short-term solution which would be like hand sanitizer, like hand washing frequently. And if you are talking about the long-term solution, then there is such kind of thing which is antimicrobial coating. If you coat the surfaces using our antimicrobial kind of system, then there is no need of any kind of short-term protection kind of solution like hand sanitizing on every time basis and sanitizations. So on the basis of this, we have developed a product which is silver ion based technology, and this is the coating solution for the all kind of substrate, which is and we have named it as a Magico. So these are the background of and the things which it looks like, and this is a universal product, unique, revolutionary polyurethane based coating available in glossy system and matte system, as we all can see here, and it can be easily taintable with the surface as a top coat. What I'm trying to say that we can use easily by whatever we want a color. It can kill 99.9% of germ with in a few minutes. Means we have tested certifications for this also, and efficacy of of the coating will exist till the end of the life of this coating. Means what we are trying to say, that if the coating will exist on the surface, then there is the efficacy will also be exist on this particular surfaces, because and because that particular coating has such kind of property. So moving to next, we have shown here that such kind of thing, as Manmeet has already discussed, that there faces a lot of problem in lift, ATM, which what the concerns area. So we have covered these all things, that if we do the coatings using such kind of antimicrobial, then there is no such kind of problem like every time we have to do the hand sanitization, we have to clean hand wash and we have to use goggle mask every time. Such kind of thing will not be have to face. Like we have covered these all things, like we can coat it washroom facilities, high touch area, ATM machine, lift, many other surfaces. In some cases we can spray onto textiles also, mask, gloves, and carpet also. So this is very suitable for medical facilities and hospital facilities. Moving forward, here we can elaborate little bit about a lot of releasing system. So on the basis of this, we have come out across that the silver iron technology is best for the long-term properties and long-lasting properties. That's why we have chosen out of this a silver based iron technology. So in the industry, many more things are available, that some companies are incorporation in water-based system, emulsion paints. We can easily watch many demo over there on a television screens. So many more antimicrobial coatings are available, but till now, in our first time in India, we have launched such kind of coating, which is antimicrobial based coating, one product for all substrate, which can easily applied across the surfaces. And if this is easily tintable, where we can apply it through the as per the requirement of color. So many more we have discussed here, that in the industry many more antimicrobial things are available, but our uniqueness is we can apply any kind of substrate anytime. So moving forward, here is the Magico Advanced Antimicrobial Coating. Here we have mentioned that a Magico Antimicrobial Coating is a universal product which we can apply on the plastic, wood, glass. Even we can apply on the glass substrate also. So this is a little bit chemistry regarding antimicrobial coatings. As we have discussed, that a silver iron technology based, so once we applied on its surfaces, so if its dry film thickness of that particular coating would be in the BFT range of 20 micron to 25 micron. So it will brush that particular microbes out brush. So this is the we can say that microbes have some disulfide and sulfuryl hydryl group. So it comes when it comes in the context of silver, and it brush that particular proteins group. By doing this, it works on that particular antimicrobes. So moving to next, this is the testing and the result of that particular our product, and which is well established lab, NABL lab, and it has tested through ASTM E2180. And these are the 11 pathogens, including those mentions in ASTM E2180 as per the resources on which is available on Google also. So these are the test results of antimicrobial services. These are the test report we definitely provides during the coatings and all. And we are going to conclude about antimicrobial coating. So we are now going to hand over the session to my senior colleague, Mr. Kishin, sir.
So basically, we are talking about the antimicrobial coating. So the basic attributes of this coating, I will say, because this is it's a kind of a magic. So once we apply the coating, there is no discoloration. If we apply on any surface, like we have apply on a brass, it will be exactly the brass finish. if you apply on the wood, you will get natural finish. So there is no discoloration. And as we know, because antimicrobial coating destroy the microorganism physically rather than chemically. So just like Miss Mohan the time said, yes, here we are taking care of the environment also, because it is not containing like there is no too much chemical. So that this is with a controlled VOC also. This our product is made with a controlled volatile organic compounds also. If this can be also better if medical high touch surfaces are coated with a long lasting antimicrobial coating, it does not require the routine disinfection of these surfaces, usually done with the harsh chemical, which in turn increases efficiency, saves money, and is environment friendly. Antimicrobial coatings are swiftly growing industry. So now we take it is a need of our, because in coating this is a revolutionary. And yes, I'd like to support this our claim. You can see, because we have also started to export this product from here to Bangladesh also. So this is the news bulletin. This is published in Bangladesh. You can see Berger brings innovative antimicrobial in Bangladesh post. So and this is because our SBL coatings made by the SBL coating, and it is marketed by the Berger Bangladesh here. Yes, for any query, any audience can reach us to just going through the just like mailing us on info@sblcoating.com. So, and for your kind information, this is a Punjab-based factory. We are at Derabasi, so very easily approachable. Whenever required, all the time, we have a very expert technical team who will guide you, who will educate you, and we will demonstrate you also. So always feel free to contact us, and we feel proud. Being an Indian company, we have indigenously developed this coating mechanism, coating formula, and we are supplying to industry. Thank you. Thank you to all audience and eminent speakers.
Thank you, SBL. Thank you so much for your wonderful presentation. Now, moving further, I invite Mr. Siddhant Kapoor from Gel Bath Fittings for his presentation. And the product they are going to discuss is foot-operated faucets. Mr. Siddhant, you can. Mr. Siddhant, you can share your screen.
Hi, is the screen visible, ma'am?
Yes, yes.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Siddhant Kapoor. I'm here representing my organization, Gel Bath Fittings. We're a faucet manufacturing brand established in 1989. We're working out of Mohali. All our manufacturing based units are based in Mohali. So just to give you a brief overview of the company, we are an international player in the field of faucet manufacturing. We've been exporting our products to Bhutan, Nepal, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and other bordering neighboring states, countries. At Jal, we are targeting to be a one-stop solution for all bathroom related needs. So we have diversified into various verticals such as sanitary wares, water heaters, wellness products, and all the other verticals related to bath related needs. We are a company who is very inclined towards R&D, and we are very proud of the innovations that we have. We have a few patents to our name as well, and we have a very widespread national reach of about 1,200 retail counters across the country. Just to give you a brief overview of the verticals that we have, we're dealing in faucets, sanitary wares, all wellness products, kitchen sinks, water heaters, and bath accessories. The entire conversation today is, pivoting around COVID-related products. So this is one of the products that we are very proud of. This product has been designed, patented by a company. These are foot-operated valves. There is no requirement to operate these valves by touching. So this is a valve that we operate just by pressing the foot foot pedal. So this is we have 4 different models of this product, and all the models that we have are design patented. So we reserve the rights to this particular product, and this is one of our most hot selling items in the market during COVID times. So taking our whole range forward, our products are very innovative, and we have patented designs, as I told you. We have a very dedicated team working on researching the water saving techniques in the faucet industry. So we have various techniques through which we can, save water, give you different aerators, give you different flush valves, flushing systems, and other systems that help in saving water. All our products are 100% pressure tested. So we do not do sample testing. We 100% pressure test all our products consistently. We also have an ISI marked range for government approved projects, and we are using superior techniques for our concealed parts. We're using forged concealed parts, which in the market have proven to be superior than casted products. Our production facility is quite high-end. We are using CNC turning centers, 5-axis milling machines, LPDCs, and we have a workforce of more than 320 employees. And we are proud of the fact that we are a Make in India company, and we are manufacturing all our products here in Mohali and in India itself. So why should you go for our brand? First of all, we are giving a really green solutions towards water consumption. We have a dedicated sales staff. So products like these do require consistent servicing and a dedicated service staff as well. So we have an in-house team of a dedicated service staff with consistent availability of spares. We give 10 years warranty on all our faucet products. We have an extensive dealer network of more than 1,200 dealers across the country. Every product, as I said, is inspected physically, and it is 100% pressure tested. And we have a domain expertise of 31 years. So we've been in the manufacturing and trading industry for the past 31 years. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kapoor, for your very informative and useful product. Adopting this foot operated faucets, it is a need of the hour. So
yes, that is the one of the most hot selling items, ma'am, because even in government projects, hospitality, hospitals, it is something that is helping us go through these COVID times better.
So thank you so much. And moving further, I invite Mr. Sumit Agarwal. He's from TriStar Pharmaceuticals, and he's offering chemical-free sanitization solutions. So over to you, sir.
Yeah, hello, I'm Sumit. So I'm thankful to all the hospitality, Punjab hospitality representatives, leaders for joining our presentation. And so I'm going to start with my products, which we introduced during the Corona, which were conceived during the Corona as a, emergency measures for disinfection. And so we started with the product called Ultraviolet Sterilizer, which we developed along with, so this is the product which we developed along with IIT Ropar. They did the technology transfer to our company. It's an ultraviolet sterilizer wherein we have put tubes inside this trunk, and everybody would be curious to know why the trunk is used. It is only because there was no time to design a new box, and they wanted to bring this product right into the market within 5 to 10 days to be deployed with the police personnel and frontline health workers. So we joined hands with them. And then later on, we developed this product, which is we call UV Zap, which is like a portable sterilizer, which we want to promote to the hospitality industry to be kept in the rooms as emergency disinfection for personal use. And especially concern of Mr. Manmeet Singh, that, the AC remotes and TV remotes, they will be hand touched, and how to disinfect them. So this is one idea which we had floated, so that all the room stationery and everything useful can be placed in these UV boxes. And this can also be placed on front desk to clean your door keys and without the use of any chemicals. So it's a 100% made in India product along with the IIT Ropar. And the ideal use for hospital, clinics, factories, and there are a lot of places where we have placed these boxes. Right now, all the high courts, Punjab and Haryana high courts, and the senior judges, they're all using our boxes to disinfect the files which are coming to them. And it's being used in many petrol pumps to disinfect their POS machines, and also in some showrooms for disinfection of their cash coming into this system. And main features are that it's a low power consumption, it's durable, and has a multi-purpose use, and it has safety feature that it shuts off when you open it accidentally. It just switches on when it is closed. And we have 3 different models of UV sterilizers which can be supplied, and we have a capacity of 500 to 700 pieces per month, and we're offering very good discounts on bulk purchases also. The second product which I'm very passionate about is Pentox, which is a very new kind of a disinfectant which we have launched for the hotel, restaurant, cafe industry, which we call the Pentox Horeca. Now, this product arose out of the need that, is anyone sure of the toxicity of the chemicals used in their premises? If you're not sure, then you can start using this product, because here we have done the toxicology analysis from Shriram Laboratories, Delhi, which makes this product as extremely non-toxic. It is a naturally, we call it the natural hygiene solution, because it is based on a chemical called hypochlorous acid, which is at neutral pH. And as a special result of this chemical, it has high ORP, which makes it very potent for the virus and bacteria. And being neutral pH and non-corrosive, it is 100% safe for human use. And it can be used as a concentrate in fogging machines, requiring no special PP kits for administration or other such stuff. And being a strong oxidizing solution, it is also safe for the skin. So it is not unsafe. It's not, we can be rest assured that while we are using this product, it's just going to act on bacteria and virus and not damage the human tissue. And when it breaks down, it degrades into sodium chloride and water. So absolutely leaving no, as we call it, a carbon footprint. So the Ma'am Shobha Mohan's idea was to create products that are light on planet. This is only one such product which we can safely say that breaks down into salt and water and leaves no toxic residue. So there are a lot of applications in the hotel and restaurant industry, like disinfection of tableware, kitchenware, and general sanitization of WCs and tables. And also the most important part of this product is washing and disinfection of fresh fruits and vegetables and meat and seafood. See, the product which we are using is hypochlorous acid. It is actually a food safe product, and it leaves no residue which is not toxic or anything. And this product can easily be used to disinfect drinking water and also rinse fresh fruits and vegetables, leaving them virtually bacteria free. And it is a very good odor remover for garbage bins, chutes and containers, and also for smoke removal from the hotel rooms. And the dilutions, as you can see here, are very generous. For general sprays, we use 1 ml in 1 liter. And for drinking water, we are using 5 ml in 1000 liters. And for washing fruits, it's 10 ml in 1 liter. So by using this product, it also works out to be very economical while continuous use. So it's a very useful, economical, and safe product. So these are certain, this is a description of the product. It is non-toxic, non-flammable, non-irritant to eyes and skin. There's no hazardous waste, ideal for HACCP, and no rinsing required. And since it is non-corrosive and non-toxic, you can be free to use it everywhere, even on food, vegetables, electronics, everywhere. It doesn't spoil the upholstery. It doesn't, like we have with sodium hypochlorite and other chemicals. And it's very safe to use. So this is the choice which we have, using harsh chemicals which are alcohol filled or taking care of skin, And the most important part, which I again want to quote Ma'am Shobha, which side do you want to take? Do you want to be part of the solution, or do you want to be part of the pollution? So we are a Chandigarh-based company, and we are available on Facebook and Insta as Pentox and Pentox Natural. And we can be reached at our emails provided at hellopentox@gmail. And any questions, I'll be glad to hear.
Yeah, we'll have queries at the end. Thank you so much for the wonderful presentation and your wonderful products which hospitality industry can adopt, right? And now moving further, I invite Mr. Rahul Singh from KS Munjal Industries for his presentation and the products they are offering. Mr. Rahul?
Hello.
Yeah, Mr. Rahul, you can present.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, you can start, please.
Hello.
Yes, yes.
Good evening, everyone. Our company name is Citizen Trust Components. Basically, we are auto parts manufacturer, and while COVID period, we also started a hand sanitizer stand preparation. This is the product. Foot operated hand sanitizer stand. We are also working from 31 years in auto parts, and from last 1 year, we are working on hand sanitizer stands. This is our product description, which is packed in a box, carton box, which side is 21.5 inches, 11.5 and 2 inches, which is already too compressed. And with this packing, we can transport it approx 375 boxes in a small Mahindra Jeep. The selling proposition is we have variety of hand sanitizer stands, and our production capacity is 500 pieces per day. And we have also a multiple color choice in the stands. For inquiry, you may contact us at.
Thank you so much. It was very crisp and useful product. Now moving further, I invite Mr. Banish Bansal. He's from Shri Sham Industries for the presentation. Mr. Banish, you can show your screen. Mr. Banish? Or I request Mr. Tiwari for his presentation. He'll be presenting on behalf of Priority Solutions, and they are offering and the products they're offering in this COVID times.
Is Mr. Manish coming, or should I start, Neetma?
Mr. Banish, I think he's not reverting, so I think you can go ahead. In the meantime, I'll contact him.
Okay. So hello everyone, this is Tushar. I will be presenting on behalf of Priority Solutions for Mr. Supinder Singh. Supinder ji is actually in the midst of a meeting, so he wanted to present it himself, but he was caught up with something. This is our company here, name is Priority Solutions. What we are going to present today is public protective equipment, especially mist sanitizers and UV sanitizing box. Mist sanitizer, as you know, is a sanitizer dispenser machine, wherein it's a sensor-based machine, wherein a nozzle has been provided, which with the throw of the nozzle, the throw of the machine is fairly less as compared to the ones that are available in the market. It is important to note here that because of excessive exposure of alcohol to the skin, it is not very good for the skin, and the user tends to get rashes and even cracks, and it becomes a very, very painful instance, specifically wherein the users, people say in the hotel industry, people sitting on the reception desks or people in the housekeeping departments. So they often have to sanitize their hands, and using an alcohol-based sanitizer which has a big throw or the alcohol content is very high, it tends to seriously harm the skin. So that is the reason we came up with this product, which is the mist sanitizer. The throw is to a minimum, and it's in the form of a mist, so it does not harm the skin as a regular sanitization would. And at the same time, it also saves cost on sanitizer because of the quantity that it sprays out. The duration can be adjusted since it is a sensor-based product, and once the hand is removed from under, the throw does not continue. So all these features and innovations that we have done in-house at our own R&D facility, we have been able to develop these products, and these products are now widely accepted across PGI Chandigarh. We have already put our products. In the Judicial Court of Chandigarh also, you can go and have an experience of our product. DRDO is essentially a very, very celebrated client of ours is using, and CSIR and other government offices have also been using our product. So we have more than 500 installations pan India have actually been using our product. Now we move on to the second product that we have developed in-house in collaboration with Technology Transfer from IIT Ropar, which is the UV disinfected chamber. Now scientifically proven, the UVC kills around 99% of the germs. It's environment friendly, non-chemical disinfectant, non-allergic, and has a safe design. The dimensions that we have mentioned here, these dimensions can actually be changed based on the specification of the client. As of the off-the-shelf product, we have a 275 into 320 into 150 mm design, but these designs are can be changed as per the requirements. There are two lamps that are being used. Each the power that is required is 16,000 watts, and the lamp life that we are using is around 9,000 hours. The lamps are essentially from Italy. So there is the technology that we are using is exceptionally good as far as the UV lamps are concerned. When we talk about now we just go into the product descriptions have already been done. We'll look at the product descriptions have been done. Now we'll just look at the key features and the technical dimensions that you'll be interested into. We have the key features as the ones that we have already discussed. It's sanitizer. It saves sanitizer cost, non-spillage nozzle, non-contact application, plastic body, non-rusty, safe design, and the dimensions as discussed earlier. It has an 8-liter tank and a power requirement of 5 watts and the nozzle life of 10,000 shots. Now, similarly, if you go to the UV disinfectant chamber, I've already spoken that the designs and volumes can be made as per your requirements. Similar standards of around 8 liters is available. If an organization has a different standard that it wants to cater to, we can definitely work on that. Our production capacity as far as the UV disinfected chamber is around 500 numbers per month. And our production capacity as far as mist sanitizer is concerned, it is around 200 units per month. Now we are, Mohali-based unit, and we are available. We are just a call away, and we can actually discuss out and customize the solutions that you require. We have done a lot of work with DRDO that gives us the capability of, having solutions specific to the problem that is at hand, and we can do a lot of customization based on the requirement that you have. So please do get in touch with us. These are our numbers, and these numbers shall be shared with you. So we hope to see you and listen from you as early as possible. Thank you.
Thank you, Tusharji, for the presentation. Now I request you again to present on behalf of Ekam Traders, because they are unable to connect because of some network issues, and the product they are offering is COVID safety shields. So over to you, Tusharji.
So now I'll be presenting on behalf of Ekam Signages, a unit of Ekam Traders. Just let me start the presentation.
Tusharji, your voice is cracking.
So, am I audible now?
Yeah, now you're.
Hello.
Yes,
am I audible?
yes.
Is it better?
Yeah, better.
So, need I start again or?
Yeah, you can continue.
Okay, just a minute. So, as you see, a couple of things that we have already done. We have developed a touchless door opener, which also has a key ring. This was fairly popular during the COVID periods, wherein people were looking for solutions wherein they did not want to touch surfaces when they were entering into any house or any public places wherein the doors were closed. So this came very handy, and we sold a lot of units of that. Then we came up with these partitions that you can see. This is something that we've done for a saloon. Now we have designed something for offices and the saloon again. Interestingly, we had prepared something for public transport as well, wherein the driver could actually of a public bus was isolated using our acrylic partitions, and the public bus can operate. Similarly, we had very customized solutions that we had done for clients. Whatever is the now I'll just take you through the specifications of our organization. We are Ekam Signages unit of Ekam Traders. Number of years that we are into operations is 18 years in the business. During COVID, we started making acrylic partitions. Our achievement is we have created a market for acrylic partitions and touchless door openers in Amritsar. And some of the key clients that we have worked till date have been salons, banks, restaurants, offices, and buses and cars, especially those which are used for public transportation. Product description, these are touchless door openers, 8 acrylic sheets. In fact, it's just a typing mistake. It's actually 6 acrylic sheets that we have been using for all our partition products. In-house design and fabrication. We have a well-equipped workshop which has the entire apparatus for making and designing and cutting acrylic sheets, and we can customize it based on the requirements of the customer. The selling proposition is that we use see-through clear partitions that can be customized to suit your requirements. High quality acrylic sheets are used for long lasting solutions. Customers can design with us the partitions to their liking, and as the precision machines and tools are available to create the required shape. As per quality and complexity of the design can be, our email ID is we are absolutely 24/7 available to help you out. In case you have any particular requirements that you want to discuss with us, please do get in touch with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Tusharji. Now, again, I will request if you can present on behalf of Mansar Herbals. They are into immunity boosters during COVID times.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, yes, it is.
Yeah. Now I'll be presenting you Mansar Herbals. These are some of the products that Mansar Herbals has come up during the COVID period. We have a Chyawanprash, we have Majnu of the Moon, then we have Tulsi Drops, and then finally we have Tejas Amle. Now, all of these are essentially, immunity boosters. Chyawanprash, as we all know, it's a fairly recognized product in Indian markets. Majnoon After Moon is a very, very specific intervention which can be advised only after an Ayurvedic practitioner advises or gives you this particular prescription.
Tusharji, your voice is breaking in between. So moving further, I request Mr. Banish Bansal to make presentation.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, Tusharji. Tusharji, are you presenting? You need to unmute. He's just presenting. Kindly wait for a few seconds. Tusharji? Tusharji, can you hear us? Tusharji, you need to unmute.
Now you can. Now am I? You had
Yeah.
unmuted. You had to unmute. Is it? Is my voice available now?
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Just a moment. I'll just start again from Mansar Herbals.
Yeah.
Just give. Is it visible?
Yes, it is visible.
Yeah. Okay.
Can you hear us?
So what we can provide is that the house of Mansar has been in the Ayurvedic domain for the last 3 generations. The grandfather of the proprietor, Mr. Dogra, was essentially the advisor of the President of India at the time of the independence as his Ayurvedic doctor. This establishes the long and quality connect with Ayurveda for 3 generations. The house also has its own in-house formulation development based on Ayurvedic texts. It has strict quality checks on raw materials. It actually takes certification of all the raw material that it uses from its suppliers and can hold them accountable wherein any particular product that they think is not up to the mark has been supplied. The entire manufacturing process is in-house. Now, the achievements have been Tejas Amle, a respiratory immunity product. Then you have Tulsi drops. Majum Aftamun is a specific product, and CP Forte Chyawanprash, which is good for cough, cold, and bronchitis, and general holistic immunity booster. The quality available is on demand. The quantity is available on demand. It is widely recommended by Ayurvedic and medical practitioners. The availability is across India, and people interested in expanding their distribution network. The hotels can actually look at our product in terms of keeping in their souvenir shops or small Ayurvedic centers that they might be running, specifically the resorts that are there on the network, and progressive profit sharing strategies available wherein the bulk there is a opportunity for bulk purchases. These are the contact details. We shall be sharing Mr. Abhay Dogra's contact details with the community here, and the community can get in touch in case they want to pursue further this proposition.
Thank you, Tusharji. We have 2 more presentations, but if they join, if participants join, we'll be able to, take it through. Otherwise, the house is open for queries. If there is any query, you can show a raise of hand, and the queries can be answered by the respective official. So we open the house for queries. If there are any queries, you can answer. We can answer the queries. Participants, they can show a raise of hands. We'll unmute you.
And the visitors from the hospitality, have they left or are they still on?
No, they are here. Officials from hospitality sector are here. If you have any query regarding any product, you are welcome. We'll answer the same. Or if there are no queries, then we'll close the session and we'll share the contact details of all the hospitality sector officials we have with us, with the respective MSME members, so they can further, tie up with them for furthering their further action.
Sure, ma'am.
So thank you, everyone. Thank you, all speakers. Thank you, all guests, for joining us, and all the members from the hospitality industry. Thank you so much for sparing your valuable time. And we look forward to have you with us in our future interactive sessions also. We have with us next session with the healthcare sector officials on 17th of March. So we look forward to your participation in the same. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you all.
Thank you.